Hey, what is up there, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Evolve. How you guys doing on today? We need to get right into it on today. Let's just hop into it. So today we are talking about Bizarre and D12 and Eminem and the racist tapes. Look, I got the VHS, the full hour of Eminem racist tape, the old VHS. Here, exclusive. No, but not really, guys. See, this is what happened. Before the Super Bowl, BENZINO, he promised us that Super Bowl weekend that he was going to release the full 1 hour of Eminem. To stop him from performing at that Super Bowl weekend, he was going to release the full VHS hour of Eminem being racist, because we only heard Foolish Pride in like 30 seconds. But he said that Eminem made a racist hour. So the Super Bowl weekend came, and then we didn't see nothing. And BENZINO then said, well, you know what? This is what happened. You see, the film, we tried and it was kind of messed up, and he said that it was gonna take a little bit more remastering because you could barely hear it because there was a lot of wear and tear. He said, and I quote, wear and tear, and it was a little distorted. You guys know that, you guys know, it's been 20 years, so this can get messed up, guys. All right. Okay, so he needs to remaster it, right? Eminem performs in the Super Bowl. So then BENZINO comes back out and said, yo, somebody stole the tape. He then comes out and said that it was remastered, he had the hour, but now someone stole the tape. So yeah, that's what happened. The racist tape got stolen. It needed to be remastered. It was a mess. It was a mess, people. So, but that leads me to my point and what we're talking about on today. Because today Bizarre, he went to Vlad TV and he discussed more about the racist tape. So we're going to go ahead and play the audio. Y'all know Vlad likes to do. He'll copyright, he'll copy strike. So we're just gonna play the audio of what he said, and let's just listen. Let's just play the clip.
Let's talk about '03. The Source is the biggest thing in hip hop at this time. They release what has come to be known as the Eminem racist tapes. He insults a black woman on a song called Foolish Pride.
I want to stop right there real quick. Because we hear, the interviewer was like, Eminem, he called black girls, come on, you can't say that to black women. We made a big thing, because black women, they are the queens. They are queens. You can't say black women are bees. You can't say that. They bitches Eminem. And not that I'm now hear me out. Not that I'm justifying it, because I got a whole organization. I've got about 40 staff members and even more volunteers. I've got about 3,000 kids, but so I don't talk like that anyway. So, I got to set the example, but here's the thing. When I listen to, Eminem, I guess what I'm saying is that intent matters. Intent matters? Well, I'll get more into that. But the thing is that when you listen to that, you do listen to that and you don't hear malicious and, I guess, racism. It does sound more like anger and hurt. When you listen to the Foolish Pride. But that's just me. I have heard racist songs. I've heard racist artists. I listen to their song. I read their body language and their lyrics and how they're talking, their voice tone, and you can tell, yeah, you're racist. But when you listen to that, I mean, you do hear, you don't jump to the conclusion, oh, wow, this is malicious. Yo, he's KKK. You don't automatically feel that. Now, some haters may, but obviously this is done in anger and hurt, and not so much malicious and racist. At least when I listen to it. I'm not justifying the song. The song is trash. The context was trash. How he was talking about people was trash. But just saying. But let's go on.
Did you know this song even existed?
No, that was way before my time. Yeah. I think it was with another group. So I don't find nothing about it.
So when you heard the song, it comes out of nowhere for you. What was your thoughts on it?
The song was cut off and edited. The song was, they was freestyling. They was naming all type of races, like white girl. What you think about a white girl? Black girl. Black girl. Basically, but the source just edited the black girl part and made it like it was racist. So that goes some information for you.
Yeah, that's information for everybody. It's good to clear that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that's your boy.
Right. For sure.
You know what? I didn't know that. I mean, that's interesting. You know, Bizarre is dropping the little bombshell, and Bizarre is saying, hey, you know what? You know, Benzino and them, they actually edit that whole thing. They were chopping it up, and they made it seem like he was just talking about black women. But no, we heard the song D12. We heard it, and, you know, it was obviously chopped and screwed and edited, and that song that we had heard, Eminem had talked about different races. It was like a list he was going through. This is black girls, white girls, Hispanic, Puerto Ricans. He was going through all the lists. Now, what he said about black, still not justification what he said about black women, or actually any of the women. Like, I don't even like talk about people like that. I mean, troll and joke, but I'm just not malicious for the sake of being malicious. Like I said, I am a reactive jerk. I'm not an active jerk. I don't just go out my way to be a jerk and addict to people. I only react to energy. I can be a jerk. I am, but only in a reactive mode. But anyway, so he's saying that, hey, it was a list and they edited it. I mean, it do make sense. And like I was saying, intent matters. It's different from, you know, yo, I'm going to make a song, you know, blasting black people and black women. I want to talk about them. Then making a song, yo, I want to make a song blasting black women, white women, talking about Hispanic, the Puerto Ricans, what their bad habits. I want to just talk about everybody. I mean, intent matters. That's a different type of case, and we start to see that a little bit different. I mean, you know, if it's a target song or not. So, I mean, that's interesting to say the least. That, you know why I'm pausing? Because I'm sitting here now and I'm thinking about the song "Foolish Pride." I'm gonna be honest, guys. I gotta be honest, because I would do it with anyone else. Nah, I'll get back to it. Maybe in my closing, but let's finish hearing Bizarre.
This is obviously your brother, so you know him really sitting y'all down, and was it a whole thing? Was it like some whole intervention thing? Like,
hell no. No, we heard the song. No, we heard the song, and like I told you, it had all different races. It wasn't just a black girl. It was all type of girls. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They just edited the black girl part.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You know, Bizarre's like, hey, you know, we heard the song, and I mean, that does speak a little bit of volume. I mean, that does give a little bit of evidence to what Bizarre is saying, because D12 and them, they heard the song and they still went on to release. I guess they heard it in its full context. They heard all that stuff in its full context. And if it was more of a list song, they got to see that it's more, they got to see it as not malicious. But like I said, more of this art crafty, just this horrible piece of art that you tried and you need help with, and you just can't say that, but they still mess with him after that. But let's I guess finish it out.
Did that really affect M? Because it seemed like right around that time, M just stopped recording. He became almost like a recluse. It was almost like 5 years in between that Encore album and the Relapse. Did it have anything to do with that, or was he just so damn rich? He was like, yo, I'm gonna go somewhere, put my feet up.
Man, I have no idea. I just spoke about weed, and I go to the studio when they call. They tell me they want to record
these questions.
So I have no idea.
Yo, he get. I mean, there's so much you could be talking about to Bizarre. I mean, Bizarre just did a diss track on Arby's. He had this whole thing. Talk about that. I know Vlad didn't talk about none of his recent stuff and none of his new projects and his little diss track and him going back and forth with her. I bet he didn't talk about that. But anyway, you know, in closing, let me just say, that narrative that once the racist tapes came out, it shut Eminem up. He went into hiding and he didn't release nothing. I mean, that's just not true, so to speak. I mean, we first heard about the racist tape. I first heard about it like 2001. And then all that debacle, it started, and BENZINO, he started making his tour and stuff. And like I said, I first heard about it in 2001. But then 2002, 2003, Eminem was at his peak. Then going to hiding, and then then he came back in 2004 and he addressed it. I think it was 2004 in Yellow Brick. That's when that came out. It was Encore. But I mean, between Encore and what was it? Was it Relapse? I mean, yeah, between Relapsing and Encore and Proof Dying, I'm pretty sure that this is what had kind of the effect of the pause and whatnot. But that whole narrative, oh, BENZINO did it, the tape. But I do want to speak on this real quick in closing, and that's what I was thinking about it earlier, and this is what I was thinking about. I do want to say, I hear Bizarre, Bizarre is a ride or die, and that's what's up. He's always been an Eminem fan. You've never heard Bizarre say anything bad about Eminem or whatnot. Kudos. But I gotta say, the whole editing thing that he bring up, I gotta go back and listen to Foolish Pride, but I listened to it a few times, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not edited. I mean, the pattern, the beat, the rhyme scheme, it all goes together. I mean, Eminem owned it. It's all right, Bizarre. I mean, Eminem owned it. Maybe he's talking about something else because apparently there's a whole hour, but I know that Foolish Pride, or maybe he was just talking about the clip. They did release just a 30-second clip. But I do know that song, go back and listen to it, it wasn't edited. So I wouldn't let anyone else pass that narrative. I can't let him pass that narrative too. Like, it was a trash song. It was a trash way of thinking. It was the heat of the moment, and it was an outlash that is regrettable, forgettable, and forgivable. And it's just that. Own it. But that's just my thought. That's just my thought. Y'all know I'm real here. I like to know your thought. If you're new to the channel, be sure. And let me just say, I don't believe in this whole racist 1 hour album tape now. I mean, BENZINO had 20 years, and he said it's because of the court. They held him. But when courts hold people, or when labels don't let artists release for a certain date and they really want to do something, you know what they do? Leaks came out. That way, their whole album come out, or the racist tape come out, and they won't be held accountable because they have accountability of, hey, omission. Hey, it wasn't me, it was a leak. That's what people do. And you've been on this for 20 years. And if you really had it, I would think in those 20 years, you would have leaked that. Court or not, you would have found someone to leak that, and then you won't be able, you can say that it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Y'all don't know the lyrics. All y'all know, it wasn't me. Seneca on the shoulder, in the shower, let me get louder. Shaggy, people, Shaggy. I got to get going. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I will see y'all in the very next video. She even caught me on camera. It wasn't me.